Planning a trip to Australia? Before you hop on that flight, there are a few things you really need to know. From the intense sun and massive distances to unexpected wildlife and money-saving hacks, Australia isn't like anywhere else. Whether you're hitting the beaches, exploring the outback, or sticking to the cities, these 15 travel tips will help you make the most of your trip and avoid rookie mistakes. But first, welcome to Travel Wisdom. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do you want to visit Australia? Please comment below and tell me why. Also, check out the links in the description to find some activities and hostels in Australia. Now let's get started. Number 1, Australia is huge. Don't underestimate travel times. Distances between cities are enormous. A road trip from Sydney to Perth? That's around 3,900 kilometers, or about 40 hours of driving. Even between cities on the East Coast, like Sydney and Brisbane, you're looking at a full day of travel. It's not practical to see all of Australia in one trip, unless you're staying for months. Focus on one region like the East Coast, the Outback, or Tasmania, and explore it deeply. Domestic flights are common for long distances, but can eat into your budget fast. Plan ahead and keep your itinerary tight. Number 2, seasons are reversed. Weather varies across the country. Remember, Australia's in the southern hemisphere. Summer runs from December to February, and winter is June to August. But that's not the whole story. The country has multiple climate zones. Northern areas like Darwin have a tropical climate, wet and dry seasons instead of the traditional 4. Meanwhile, Melbourne can see all 4 seasons in one day. So, pack layers, check weather for specific regions, and don't assume it's always warm just because you're down under. Number 3, it's expensive, but you can travel smart. Australia ranks high for cost of living. A regular coffee can cost $4 to $5 AUD. Restaurant meals can range from $20 to $35, but you can travel smarter. Hostels with kitchens help you cook your own meals. Supermarkets like Coles, Woolworths, and Aldi have cheap groceries and ready-to-eat meals. Public transport is cheaper than ride-shares, and you can find free city activities like museums, street art tours, and public beaches. Backpacker buses and camper van rentals can also save on both transport and accommodation. So Australia actually has really high water quality standards. The tap water is clean and drinkable in all major cities and towns, which is super convenient. If you're venturing into rural areas or the outback, it's definitely smart to check first. But honestly, it's usually safe there too. Carrying a reusable bottle can save you money and help reduce plastic waste, which is always a good thing. And by the way, many cities have public water refill stations as well. In cities, you'll find free Wi-Fi in libraries, cafes, and hotels, so you're pretty much covered. But once you head into the bush, the outback, or along those remote coastal stretches, don't expect good coverage. Some areas actually have no reception at all, which can be a bit tricky. It's a good idea to download offline maps and apps, and if you're road tripping or hiking, let someone know your route and when you plan to return. The Australian sun is no joke. The ozone layer is thinner over this part of the world, so UV radiation is way stronger. Even on cloudy days, you can burn really fast. Always wear sunscreen with SPF 50+, apply it regularly, and don't forget sunglasses and a hat. Locals know this and take sun safety super seriously. Skin cancer rates are high here, so don't take any chances. Yes, it's true. Australia has dangerous animals, but honestly, most tourists never have a problem. You're actually more likely to be hit by a kangaroo while driving at dusk than bitten by a snake. Just be careful when hiking. Always wear shoes in natural areas and don't poke around under rocks or logs. In tropical waters, especially in Queensland, jellyfish like box jellies can be dangerous. Always check warning signs and wear protective suits when swimming in risky areas. And up north, crocodiles are a real danger. Australia's beaches are honestly stunning, but they can be deadly. Riptides, which are strong ocean currents, are pretty common and not always visible. Every patrolled beach has red and yellow flags that mark the safest swimming area. These are monitored by trained lifeguards. If there are no flags, just assume it's unsafe. Never turn your back on the waves and don't swim alone. Australians take beach safety really seriously, and you should too. Never swim in rivers, creeks, or beaches unless they're clearly marked safe. Even if you see locals swimming or doing something that looks risky, don't assume it's safe for you too. Locals are usually much more familiar with the area. They know what to look out for, and many of them are strong swimmers who understand the tides, currents, and wildlife risks. When in doubt, follow the sign. not the crowd. Cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane have excellent public transport networks, but each one operates a bit differently. Sydney uses the Opal card, Melbourne uses Myki, and Brisbane uses Go card. Some systems even let you tap on with your credit card too. So, it's a good idea to research how the local system works and consider getting a daily or weekly pass for savings. Unlike the United States, tipping isn't really part of the culture in Australia. Service industry workers are paid fairly, and honestly, no one expects a tip. However, if you had great service at a restaurant, rounding up the bill or leaving about 10% is definitely appreciated. You don't need to tip taxi drivers or hotel staff unless you really want to. Australia has like a huge mix of cultures. Cities like Melbourne and Sydney are home to big communities of Italians, Greeks, Lebanese, Vietnamese, Chinese, and so many more. This means the food scenes are just amazing, from authentic Asian night markets to Greek bakeries and Middle Eastern kebab shops. So don't just eat burgers and fries, explore the local eats. You'll maybe even find some of the best global cuisine outside its home country right here. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures are some of the oldest living cultures on Earth. Their history, art, and spiritual connection to the land are everywhere in Australia if you know where to look. Visit cultural centers, take Indigenous-led tours, and learn about sacred sites. Uluru is a really powerful example. While climbing it is now banned, respecting its cultural meaning is still essential. Always ask questions respectfully and whenever you can, support Indigenous-owned businesses. In the warmer months, especially in tropical or bushy areas, mosquitoes can be relentless. Some areas also have sandflies or midges, which can be super annoying. A good insect repellent with DEET or picaridin is honestly essential, especially around dawn and dusk. It'll make your hikes, camping trips, and, those beach evenings a lot more comfortable. Australia has over 500 national parks, and many are pretty remote. Some require park entry fees or camping permits. Others, like those in Tasmania or Kakadu, need advance booking for guided tours or campsites. Always check park websites for rules, closures, fire bans, and safety advice. And just a heads up, don't underestimate the terrain. Some trails are long, exposed, and poorly marked. Bring enough water, sun protection, and a map. Australia's most unforgettable moments happen in nature, like watching the sunrise over the desert, snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef, spotting koalas and eucalyptus trees, or hiking cliffs along the coast. The cities are cool, but don't spend your whole trip indoors. Rent a camper van, book a nature tour, or just take a road trip into the countryside. You'll see why people fall in love with Australia the second they leave the city limits. Australia is one of those places that stays with you, wild, beautiful, and full of surprises. With the right tips, you can travel smarter, safer, and without breaking the bank. That's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do you want to visit Australia? Please comment below and tell me why. Also, check out the links in the description to find some activities and hostels in Australia. See you in the next video. Safe travels. Bye.